What's up? It's your boy CoreyB. So, I'm doing a new thing. I'm trying to redirect my focus. I had an incredible meeting yesterday, a Zoom call with another incredible coach. And I was talking with him a lot about, what I've been working on, and he's been talking to me about what he's been working on, and he really helped me to redirect my focus, right? Because my business page, it was interesting because we got talking because of Instagram, right? Because I'm running 3 different Instagrams right now. One's my personal, one I've had for my business for a long while, a few years. And I used to put a lot of content on there regarding like investing and business tips and strategies, and and I'd sporadically sprinkle in some just motivational content as well. But ultimately, I was trying to help people that were like me, having a family and running a business, and how you could kind of balance those things, because it really gets challenging, right? Well, see, the thing is as I went on the road with Kimberly, and for those of y'all who've been following, y'all know the story, but for those of y'all who are new to my channel, 2 years ago, my wife Kimberly took actually it's been longer than 2 years now. January was 2 years. She took a travel nursing job, and we literally saw it as a kind of just a transition. We were in the process of trying to find our new house, and we were trying to get her out of the toxic work environment that she was in. And one of her friends who had left the company that she was working at was talking about how great this new company that she was at, and how it was just incredible traveling and all this different stuff. So me and Kimberly, long story short, she took a job, but it's contract. So she took a contract. And when she took that contract, it was kind of still at the tail end of COVID, and it was at and some different states, were further ahead and further behind, and that's how it goes. So anyways, what we thought was going to be a job for a couple of months, just to kind of be a transitional point. So my business was growing and flourishing, and it was at its peak performance, which was great. I was super excited about that. But with her travel nursing at that time was absolutely just annihilating what I was bringing in. She was crushing it. And so we thought this was just an opportunity for her to kind of do something different and kind of transition us to our new home, right? Well, as we were doing that, the contract, she got an opportunity to renew her contract, and me and the boys went on the road with her. And we thought this was going to be just a couple of months, right? Like I said, it was going to be a transitional point, a means to an end, so she could get out of that toxic place she was working before. And then once we, got our house, we wanted her to take a step back anyways, right? That was kind of the ultimate goal. She didn't want to quit. She loved nursing, she loved caring, but she wanted to definitely go back to like PRN or hospice work, where basically she only took certain shifts and she only worked sporadically, not like all the time, because we wanted her home, and she wanted to be home. She has a heart for caring for people. She really does. She feels like God's made that a part of her journey and a part of her her walk, her ministry, and her plan in life is to help facilitate that and help care for people who are in a bad place. Sadly enough, there's not enough people doing that, and a lot of people get into medicine for money, and so they don't care enough. Kimberly definitely cares. So anyways, we wanted her to take a step back once we got our house, and like I said, we thought this was just a transitional point, and it was just going to be for a little while, like a couple of months. And here we are, over 2 years later. We've been on the road. We've stayed in some really nice places. We've stayed in some places that were a little sketch. For the most part, we've stayed in some really cool places. But we haven't always had a big say in where we stayed. We're in Gillette now, in Gillette, Wyoming. I don't know if you've heard of it. And we actually really love it here, and we're looking to buy here now. We love it here, but because it's such a small community, there really isn't many choices for Airbnbs. There's not many choices for hotels. There's only so many, right? Yeah. So we stayed in an Airbnb on a farm for a while, and then we stayed in a hotel for a little while. Now we're back in another Airbnb, and it's in a basement. But it's cool. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. There's, it's got its complete own separate entrance, and it's private. And there's actually 2 other nurses who are renting the top floor. It's like 3 stories, and they're renting the upstairs. We're renting the downstairs, and they have their own entrance. We have our own entrance. Anyways. But as me and him were talking and stuff, it's like I've been at this point for the last couple of months that we're just like trying so hard to get to that next step that I feel like my head's almost been clouded a bit, My judgment hasn't been 100% because I've got the wrong mentality when I'm approaching things. And I need to get back to the things that I do, the things that I did back in Austin, and it's like, there's part of the reason we got away, that we were happy to get away and we're happy to start a new life, is because we're ready for a new journey. We're ready for not getting back to the same old routine. But that doesn't change the fact that some of our routine was absolutely good, right? There was many elements to our routine that mattered, right? And it's not that we didn't want to get away from family, and it's not that we wanted to get away from friends, and it's not that we wanted to, we had a lot of ties in Texas, and it was really incredible. But like I said, the thing is we're just ready for something different, something new, and it's just beautiful here. It's really wonderful, and we really love it, and we feel very homey. And our family's been really supportive and really, encouraging, and that's been really great. But as I said, the place that we have right now, it's not very big. It's not very big. So we've set up a room back here that's the boys' schoolroom, because on the road, only working a couple of months at a time before potentially being relocated. The boys have started homeschooling, which I was always on the fence about. I was never really too stoked about homeschooling them. I never thought I was the guy who was going to do that. But we've been doing that for 2 years now, and it poses lots and lots of challenges. Now, there's lots of incredible benefits, but it comes with challenges, for real, serious ones. So I'm very blessed, but we got a schoolroom back here where they got their desks, and then there's a table in the middle, and I can do my work and things like that. And some days are days that go real smooth, right? Some days go real smooth, and I'm able to work, they're able to get their classes done, and I'm there. Hey, it's time for this class. Okay, let me get you this. Hey, it's time for a quiz. Okay, I got you. And, I can help them, but still be productive. And there's other days where I'm not very productive, and I'm mostly constantly chasing them in circles. And those are the days I always joke with friends and family. It's like, those are my days that it's extra praying, right? But it's not a bad thing. It's just life. It's just kids being kids, and it's the nature of how things work. And it's something that I've promoted. I've promoted on my channel a lot. Like, life is chaos, and if you can thrive amongst that, then that's what's going to set you apart from everybody else and everything else, right? Because everything is chaos. There's so much all the time, and it's being able to weed out all the negativity and embrace the positivity. And that's gonna help you flourish. So it's like with the boys, it's like when they start acting crazy, it's like and it's hard. And Kimberly helps though. It's like we just gotta try to remind each other. That's why God didn't intend for us to reproduce alone. And that's no shade to anybody who does. It's just it takes 2 because it's hard. It's hard. That idea, it takes a village, man. You need community. You do. So it's like me and Kimberly balance each other out. When it gets chaotic, You know, sometimes I got to remind her, I'm like, hey, Colton's only 9. You know, he shows a lot of maturity sometimes, but he's only 9. And she got to do the same for me. She's like, you know, Corey's 10. I'm like, well, he knows better than to do that. Why would he do? Why would he ever do that? He knows better. And she's like, because he's 10. And then other times it's just because he's a boy. I mean, that's what boys do. Boys want to explore. Boys want to discover. Boys want to take things apart. It's just, you know, it's just part of life. So, the challenges are oftenly bigger blessing than you realize in the moment. In the moment, you're like, why is everything so hard, right? But afterwards, you can look back and you can be like, my boys are funny. My boys are crazy. My boys are wild. My boys are smart. They're creative. They want to create. They want to discover. They want to take things apart and figure out how it works. I just wish they would finish their class first. Like I said, it's like with all of this, life is full of challenges, and because of these challenges and because of our changing environment, the small quarters that we've had at times, homeschool, me working, me focusing on me time, all that stuff, all that comes in is just weighs in heavy, and it's like, how do I do all of that, right? And so typically what gets tossed to the wayside is me. You know, I don't take as much time to care about my my health, my fitness, my things like that, but they need that. You know, I posted a story in my Instagram. And it was just that idea. It's like when I was back home in Austin, I exercised nearly daily. I'm not one of those guys who is crazy about it, and I think that you have to exercise daily. I don't think you have to, but I think it's important that you incorporate it in your daily life. And I exercised about 5 or 6 days a week. 5 or 6 days a week, I would exercise. Sometimes I would get all 7. But, you know, when I didn't sweat it too much because I had enough discipline at that time that it was okay. But that idea of I have discipline, but I can just take a break, man, it's a slippery slope. Before you know it, you've taken way more than you thought you were going to take, right? So it's like for people who are like, well, I only exercise 4 days a week, but I know those days. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. You know, whatever your routine is, you got to try to be as concrete as possible. Just not because it matters that you're concrete, but it matters that you slip that slope. Like you start slipping and you have this struggle to get back. So like I said, I had a couple of times when I was in Oregon that me and the boys exercised. There was a hotel that we stayed at that had a pretty decent, actually it really didn't even have that decent of a fitness center, but the boys liked it for whatever reason. I think because the traveling was still a little new and they just liked the fact that I had a fitness center, so they went in there and they worked out a lot with me. And then when we were at the Hilton here in Gillette, they exercised more than I do, but it was because things were so chaotic and things were so crazy. Sometimes them going and working out, it was just my opportunity to sit and work. So I would take my laptop, or I'd take my phone, or I'd take my notepad, and I'd go into the fitness center and I'd let them work out. While they were working out, I did work. But me being in shape is important. Me being physically toned is important because I need to be in shape for my boys. When my boys want to play tag, they want to, you know, they're getting older, they want to try out for football this year. Corey wants to try out for track. They both want to play soccer. Colton wants to play basketball. I mean, they want to do all these different, Colton wants to play football too. But like they all want to do these athletics, and they need dad to be able to be out there practicing with them and training with them and helping them. And then after practice, these boys aren't tired. They want to go hit the park and they want to go play. And they're like, hey, Dad, like, let's go, let's play tag on the jungle gym. And it's like, I don't want to be one of those dads who, my neck and my back. I can't do it. Like, I want to be there for them. They deserve to have me there for them, you know? My mom had a lot of health issues. And she had health issues from the time she was 16. She had Crohn's disease, and when she was first diagnosed, they didn't really even know how to treat it yet. She was one of the many patients that they had to do a little trial and error, see if this medicine's gonna help. For those who don't know, it attacks your digestive tract, it attacks, you know, your stomach, your kidneys, it attacks your bones. It makes your bones age rapidly fast. My mom had osteoporosis and stuff in her joints from the time she was in her 20s. But Mom would hike with our Boy Scout troop. Mom was an assistant troop leader with our Boy Scout troop. She was an assistant coach with my brother's football team. She was an assistant coach with my sister's cheerleading team. She literally, her back literally broke because the bones were too brittle, but not because she was doing anything intensive. A couple of years, like, I think it was just over 2 years, maybe 2.5 years before she died. Her back broke, and they said because of there was too many complications and they couldn't do surgery, it would be too dangerous for her. So she walked around for 2.5 years with a broken back. And she raced my son, Corey. He loved to run, he loved to race. And she raced him with a broken back. She raced him through the house. My brother couldn't believe it. He was like, "Are you serious?" I was like, "Yeah, Mom raced Corey." And then they would jump on her lap, and I would be like, "You can't do that." And she was like, "Can't tell them no. They're my babies. They're gonna jump on me if they want to." And the thing is I've always wanted to be as strong as my mom, but I don't have the health issues, thankfully. Through God's blessings and grace, I do not have the health issues. I'm a pretty healthy guy. I've been healthy most of my life. I rarely ever get sick. But I don't want to be the guy like Mom who can fight through the pain and tolerate the pain. I want to be the guy who's just ready and excited and able to do all these things with my boys because I can. I want to take care of my body so I can do it as long as I can. I want to be able to do it in my 50s and 60s and 70s and, you know, whenever they want to. And Kimberly needs me. My lovely wife needs me to be healthy and in shape and be here for her for the long haul. Not like something happens to me or something, you know? So, all this to conclude, I got on this video a little out of breath. I just got done doing my morning exercise. It is now 6:42 here in Wyoming. I've been up since just after 4. Mostly because Corey woke up at 4. So I was up, and then I got him back to bed. And Kimberly got up at 5, and I helped her make her, you know, juice and everything before she went to her juice and her tea and everything before she went to work. I got her to work and came back here and exercised. I've made a commitment, a public commitment on Instagram, and I'm doing it here on my YouTube channel. Y'all stay tuned. I'm making a public commitment to 1,000 days straight of exercising. And as I mentioned on my Instagram, I have no idea when that ends. But today is March 28th, 2024. And I just exercised this morning, and I'm not gonna miss a day of exercise. Push-ups, sit-ups, jumping jacks, lift some weights, go for a walk, a run, every day, 1,000 days, something. And if I can do it with all the chaos that I have going on in my life, moving around, running a business remotely, growing my content, helping my boys through their homeschool, helping Kimberly through her job. She's incredibly amazing, but she works so hard. I do all I can to help around here to lighten the load for her because she works really hard. So if I can do all that, you can do it too. And I'm not pressuring anybody or pushing anybody. I'm just saying that I've made a public declaration that I'm committed to doing this 1,000 days. And I'm doing that because that's going to help me stay focused. If I wake up, 2 weeks from now and I'm like, I just don't feel like it today. No. It's already online. Everybody already knows. I've already made that public commitment. So I'm not going to break it. I'm not going to break my word. I am a man of my word. I said 1,000 days, I'm going to get it. And like I said, I'm going to post this on here so it holds me accountable. I'm going to post daily on my Instagram, being CoreyB. And I'm also doing that to hold me accountable and maybe help encourage some of you. Some of you who are struggling, I hope this helps. It helped me to get on that phone call with that, now a good buddy of mine. I've only known him for a couple weeks, but now he's a good buddy, and he's a great mentor and a great coach. And he just called me out, and he was like, dude, I see you got so much going on. He's like, but really, how much time have you taken for you? Because how can you be successful in your business and with your family and with everything if you're not taking at least some moments to do what you got to do to keep yourself in the right place? And he's right. And I appreciate his honesty, and I appreciate him calling me out and putting me on the spot. So I'm taking that and I'm putting you on the spot. If I can do it, so can you. What's special about me? What's special about me is that I'm willing to do it. There's a word, I've talked about this. There's a word my mom said we were never allowed to say. From the time I could talk, my mom told me it was a bad word. C-A-N-T. Was not allowed. Wasn't allowed. Was not allowed. So, and that's because you can do anything if you really put your mind to it. So, let's go get it. Y'all have a blessed day. Y'all have an awesome day. I hope this helps you. If it doesn't, if you know somebody who's struggling and you just want to share this with, please share this. Share this with somebody just so somebody else knows that, hey, they're not alone. We've all been through this. We've all hit these walls where we're like not doing everything we need to do. We weren't fully committed, and we need to get ourselves out of that rut. So I'm digging myself out, and I hope that this inspires others to do the same. All right, it's your boy. I got love for y'all. Let's go get it.